What is going on YouTube? No Des here. So today's video I want to go through my retro shelf, show you guys the systems and some of the games I have. I'm not going to be able to go through the whole thing because I have a 16 gig iPhone and I don't have that much storage or time right now to record. So I'm going to try to fly through this pretty fast, so I apologize for that ahead of time. Okay, so start off here. I have a Atari 7800 Pro system, really nice condition, still works and everything. Right next to it, I have a PlayStation 1, which is the original. I did have the slim PlayStation 1 that also had the screen on it, but I ended up selling that for some stupid reason. I don't remember why. Okay, so right next to it, I have the Atari 2600 in really nice condition. This one does still work and everything. I played it around the summertime, was the last time I played this one at least. Until I got the 7800, and then I mostly played the Atari games on here. And right here, whoops, I actually pulled this out already. The Sega Master System Power Base. This I picked up at a retro shop with a friend of mine. We both actually got the same system, and I picked up a couple games with it. I will show you the games because there's only about 2 games I have for right now. But I do enjoy playing the system actually. It's really cool. So, let's see. So all the cables and controllers for these systems, that I have for these systems are labeled in baggies in the cabinets over there that I keep so I can try to stay organized. Right here I have a Sega Genesis 16-bit first model, as you can see. So mostly all these systems I picked up at a pawn shop or at a retro store or at a flea market for actually a really nice price. So right here I have the original Game Boy that does work and everything. I do still use it. Right next to it I have a Game Boy Color, which is actually the first time I ever owned a Game Boy Color, because I used to have a Game Boy Pocket back in the day. But so my cousin, who's around my age, had a Game Boy Color at the time with Rayman, and I was super jealous. I freaking hated him at the time because he had one and I didn't. But then this guy came out, the Game Boy Advance, and I was happy again. So many great memories, so many great games, so many times where I had to find some type of light source just to play games on here. So yeah, it was a struggle, but gamers went through struggles. Right here I have a stack of original Game Boy games with a few Game Boy Color games. See right here, Kirby's Dream Land and Bomberman and so on. Right here, I have the Witcher edition of a Game Boy SP. No, not really. I have a Game Boy SP with a Witcher 3 sticker on it just because it, yeah, went with it. This is the first model, so it's not backlit or anything. But it still works, you know, so it has the lights on it and everything. Right here, I have a Sega Genesis, which is my childhood right there. Well, I also had back in the day, I did have a NES and I had Super Nintendo, but this I did put a lot of time into, especially the Ninja Turtles game. There was a Ninja Turtle game on there. I forget what was the name of it, but if I could ever find it again, that'd be amazing because I used to put so much time into it. Right here's a system I never owned before, but recently I have been looking for a TurboGrafx 16. Finally found one. Only problem, I have no video cables, no controller, no game for it. So I still pretty much don't have one, but I do have the system at least. It is actually a really great system. So many great games on here, especially RPGs, and you'll find a lot of games are like clones of other games and stuff. There was one I think it was called Newtopia, something like that. It kind of looked like a Zelda type of game in a way. It plays card-based games. Just take the card. It's a card pretty much. That's the game, and then you put it in here, and you can start playing it. They also had a CD attachment, which I'm not even gonna bother looking for because it costs more than the system itself. Right here, I have a Toaster NES, which does work. It almost didn't work because I had the blinking dot of death, so I had to get it fixed. But now it works. Yay! So that's why I play the NES games on, obviously. Right here I have Super Nintendo, picked up at a flea market. Let me see here, and down here is where I keep all my games. Here's all the Atari games, 2600, one ColecoVision, I might have a couple 7800 games in here as well. Let's see, Breakout, that's actually a really good game. I have right down there some Sega Genesis open games right there. I don't really like having open Sega Genesis games. I like to have them in boxes, like right here. I have Dolphin, Aladdin, Pitfall, Sonic, 1 and 2. And right here, these are the games I'll show you guys. Right here, I have 2 Sega Master System games that I will show you guys. Right here, I have Space Harrier. Now, yeah, the box design for the Sega Master games are pretty terrible. I don't know what it is with the white and the black lines, and then the cheaply drawn art designs here with the crappy font of the titles. But you know what? It's the games that are most important. This is more of like Sin and Punishment. Okay, it's kind of like a Sin and Punishment type of game. So you move your character around as enemies come straight forward at you, and you just shoot the enemies. It's really, really challenging though, but it's a really great game. And at the time, the graphics, the way they were, having enemies come right at you like that, yeah, it was something different. So I'll put that back here because my back is killing me. Right here, this has to be one of the most expensive games I have. It's Sega Phantasy Star 1. Now, keep in mind that the Japanese versions releases of these games had way better art design than what this is. But this is actually an RPG for the Sega Master System, and boy, oh man, is it a great one. As you can see right here, it's not the type of RPG where you'll see your characters and you'll see the enemies and then you just click attack and they attack and everything like Final Fantasy. It's more of like you see the enemy only, and you could choose like your attacks, whatever, and then you could attack the enemy just like that. But it's a really great game. I'm not even gonna say how much it cost me, but okay, it cost me pretty much the same amount as a brand new game of today. I'll say that. But I had to get it because I've been wanting to play this game so bad, and now I finally have it, so now I get to play it. Yay! I like the old school RPGs. I mean, I don't know what else can I say. I'm not a fan of the art design though, as you can see. It looks kind of like Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. Not to say Dungeons and Dragons are bad, but it doesn't seem meh. I do want to get Phantasy Star 2 on the Sega Genesis. The retro store that I go to, they do have it, but not for a nice price though. Okay, so down here is a bunch of other games. Super Nintendo, PS1 games. I have Final Fantasy 7 and 8 there. Tony Hawk games. Bunch of other Super Nintendo games, Sega Genesis games. So yeah, I didn't want to take too much time with all this because with for the struggle of a 16 gig to record, it's a struggle and a hassle. So yeah, hi Link. Anyways, so that's pretty much the retro shelf. Oh, and I have a bunch of NES games right here: Adventures of Link, Splunker, Life Force, Punch Out, all that good stuff. Maybe when I get more memory, maybe I'll go through some of my favorite retro games on here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing though, because that would probably take up too much time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I wanted to just, show you guys more of what I have in my room, and I definitely want to go through this retro shelf. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at another time, another video. Take care.